Eric, welcome to my channel, about lingo channel actually, and today we are going to resume our Bash scripting courses. But before getting down to the main points of the article I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to take a quick look at the prior session. In the first video, we'll learn the different names but referring to the same concept. Bash programming, Linux programming, the same meaning, the same concept. And the concept behind these two words, shell and bash scripting, different types of command available on a Linux-based operating system, and some IDE stands for Internet Development Environment and the use of using them, okay? Additionally, we installed two applications called ShellCheck, CHSA. But today, I'm going to go for the first one, ShellCheck. We'll go for more details. Hold your horses. I've already told you how to add more features and enhancements to this application called Code because I'm using a Fedora system on a Red Hat distribution. And the way of showing the terminal letter above here, how to make it appear up here, okay? Now I was going to click here, plus, and every line of our bash script is going to start with this shebang, exclamation mark, bin, and bash. And the second one, we're going to add echo and hello. And what's the use of adding this line in our bash scripting? You know, IDE is going to figure out the type of the programming you are going to use. And that'll add two enhancements to your programming. The first one, the color of your own or the color of the specific programming you're going to use or code, okay? And the second one is going to change this plain text to your specific programming. So right now, at this moment, this is the plain text. Now I want you to press Ctrl and Tab with the letter S on your keyboard to save this article, bash file. Keep in mind that every bash scripting has to end with this extension, sh. And these letters are of the first of the word shell, sh. And now I want to take a look at these improvements. The color of your bash scripting and sh above here has changed to sh. If you click on it, it'll expand to show you more programming like ASP, Boost, C Sharp, put them all aside. We are going to use bash scripting. Then that's where we add this, and that's kind of mandatory to use it because the IDE will figure out the type of the programming you are going to use. Now I want you to make this terminal show, and this will appear down here, okay? The first thing that you have to do is to give your bash script or I don't know, kind of your snippet a permission, and that's kind of mandatory again because every file on a Linux-based operating system has to have a specific permission. We're not supposed to go for it. But if you'd like to know more about these kind of stuff, I want you to subscribe to my channel right now to get notified of the recent posts or videos concerning Linux stuff, Linux programming, computer stuff, and so forth. I will be posting some videos concerning the Linux permissions. Now let's get back to the main points of our video. Now I want you to write chmod, and that's the abbreviation of change mode plus X, and that means we are going to add execution. XD is the first letter of the word execution to the file, this file. Okay, it'll print nothing here, and that means our work has been done successfully. So if you want to check it out, let's do it with this command here. X has been added to this file, to this command. Okay. Now I want you to use the first approach in interpreting our bash script. Now we're going to use dot our bash script. And that's going to print out our first bash script. And that means to echo this string surrounded by double quotation marks. And why don't we remove the second quotation mark, double quotation mark method. Let's do it over. Now, and that's why we use this approach or method in order to find out the errors, okay, within our bash script. Line to unexpected E or F stands for identify while looking for a match here. And if we re-add it here and try to do it over and about it again, and it'll print the same result, okay, as before. The second method that we are going to use is bash as a command, Linux command, honestly. We are going to use bash without any options, okay? It'll work like /. Now we are going to use bash with the option -v. V stands for verbose. -v. And that means it treats our bash script like a plain text. You know, it prints this, the first line, also the second line, and the result of our Linux command echo here. If we add more command like this, what is shebang will go for no worries on this video. Comment here. Okay, now let's do it over. I told you before, it treats our bash script as a plain text. So the first line, I know whenever we have a shebang, it won't be interpreted by our kernel. But this kind of option using the bash will print every line of your code as a plain text. But whenever it reaches a Linux command, it also prints out the result of the Linux command, like here. Now we are going to use bash intended with the option -x, and that means X trace. Maybe you can hear this option as execution trace, okay? Bash file. It won't treat our bash script as a plain text. It just goes for the Linux commands. Whenever it reaches the Linux commands, it will print that kind of line as a plain text intended with its result. Okay, so it won't print out, it won't print out, it won't print out, it won't print out. So whenever we reach a Linux command, okay, it'll print the Linux command as a plain text in addition to its results. Okay, let me add more command here again. Let's do it over to this command bash, got it with -x, bash file. We've made it. Now we are going to use bash in tandem with the -n. -n means none of them. It's neither -x nor -v. We just want to debug our bash script. When it prints nothing in the output, and that means that our work has been done successfully. Okay? It's printed out nothing as a reason because our bash script has nothing to do some errors. Now we learned how to use bash with three options entitled with -x, -v, and -n. Non-executable or non-execution trace, execution trace, and verbose. Verbose, all of them as a plain text. -x plays as a plain text, but for Linux commands, or whenever it reaches a Linux command, and -m in none of them, or none of the aforementioned options entitled with the Linux command bash. Now we are going to use another alternative of interpreting a bash script. That's going to be source. And source plays a crucial role like .// in your file or bash without any options. So source and bash file. And this kind of command source has, has a debug itself. Okay, it's going to automate the debugging. Okay, and that's why the reason would be just the output of these commands. Now we are going to use ShellCheck. We have lots of things to do with this command, ShellCheck. I've already told you how to install this application repositories. And this is the name of its, this package, ShellCheck, the same thing, but with the capital letters. It started with S, capital letter S, and capital letter C. And that'll be the name of the package, the repository, if you want to have it inside the system. So we're going to use ShellCheck without any options again, like bash, as we did before, and your file name. Whenever we use ShellCheck without any options, it works as the same as the bash with the option, or intended with the option -n. It won't print out anything whenever your bash script has nothing to do with errors. I don't know, syntax error or semantic error, something like that, okay? Now we are going to use ShellCheck with more options. The first option that we are going to check is going to include or exclude some codes. Whenever we use ShellCheck, it uses some documents to find out the errors within your bash scripts. And this PDF file is going to show you some codes through the ShellCheck we are going to use again. And like S means shell, and C means check. Or this one, or this one, or this one. Now we are going to remove this quotation mark, and we are going to do it over with this command ShellCheck. It'll print out something like this: SC1072, SC1073, SC1009. 1072 is related to expected end of double quoted CR, and that's why it has been printed out, because the second side of the quotation mark has been removed by me. What about the second one, the third one? We'll go for it, okay? Now we are going just to check the expected end of double quoted CR. We're not supposed to use the default document of shellcode error file, okay? Or we are going to check only this, okay? And we are going to use this command, ShellCheck -- include equal sign and your specific code that's going to be checked 1002 in your file. It'll just print out the code, the error code, SC1072, if there is this kind of error within your bash script, okay? And that's why it's printed out like this. Now we are going to check two shellcode error or ShellCheck error code, okay? We're going to use this ShellCheck -- include SC1072, comma. So if you want to add more than one ShellCheck error code, we're going to use comma in order to separate them out, add a delimiter, okay? SC10 and your 9 in your bash file. So it'll print out two errors concerning the SC1072, SC1009, because these errors are within your bash because of the removal of the second side of the quotation mark. We've already done it, okay? Now we are going to use the default document of ShellCheck error codes, but excluding some of them. I'm going to use all of the ShellCheck error codes, but excluding some like this. Okay, now we'll do this. ShellCheck double dash exclude this time equal sign SC1072. It'll print out this. This will never be printed out because if we excluded this kind of ShellCheck error code, so if you press enter, it will check all the default document of ShellCheck error code with the exception of this, because we have already excluded this kind of ShellCheck error code. And I press enter, and that's what we just have 1009 and 1073. So we've learned how to include or exclude ShellCheck error code in order to check out our bash scripting file. Now we are going to use shellcode as a debugger. At the same time, we are going to use a specific shell. ShellCheck double dash shell, and that's going to be sh in bash file. Imagine you are going to interpret your bash scripting file through the ksh, okay, abbreviation from a current shell. So this command, ShellCheck double dash shell ksh, and then your bash file. It'll print out nothing because our bash scripting file has nothing to do some errors. So we learned 3 utilizations of this application called ShellCheck. We've learned how to include or exclude some ShellCheck error codes within our bash scripting file whenever we are going to input our bash script command using this application called ShellCheck. And we've also learned how to use a specific shell at the same time using a debugger through this application called ShellCheck. Now, the only difference between shell and bash entitled with -n is the color of the output. Okay, it's got a colorful. Okay, and we can or we are allowed to, I don't know, discard this color of the output through this command, ShellCheck. I'm gonna use this shell to interpret and double dash color never. Press enter. Nothing will be printed out. Imagine there's an error within your code. What if we remove this quotation mark, double quotation mark there, and do it over? Yes, it'll print out the default document of ShellCheck error codes like SC1072, 1073, 1009 without any color. We're not supposed to have the color of the app because we remove the color of this command at the end. Double dash color 0 never. Now we are going to use this sign shebang. Whenever we are going to add more details into your specific file in order to get notified or in order to have more information about this kind of file 3 or 5 or 10 years later or thereabouts, we use this sign shebang. Like for example, this line of code is going to print out a string. So if you put this script aside for about 2 or 5 years, okay, And if you get back to this file again after 4 or 5 years, you will definitely know about this line of your code because of this comment right above this Linux command. And that's why we use shebang in order to leave some comments to get to know about your specific file after 4 or 5 years. Okay, you get back to that prior, I don't know, bash script. Okay, and that we use this. Now we are going to learn a single comment style or a multiple comment style, two solutions. This is a single line comment. What if we want to enter multi-lines? We are going to use this. Colon, space, single quotation mark, and then press enter. And add whatever you want to add, okay? It will not have any kind of effect on the result if we interpret our bash scripted file through the four alternatives of interpreting a bash scripted file, like ShellCheck, dash, first slide, and stuff like that. Okay, nothing. This is a multi-line comment. And the next alternative is going to be this one. I know it's been heard something like long document, like this. Double, greater sign, whatever you want to call it, long, like long doc, and add whatever you want to add. And it will end with the same name above here, like this, long, doc. And the same happens, like this. So if we interpret our bash scripted file through the four alternatives of interpreting a bash scripted file, nothing will be printed out, okay? Because of this. Or this redirection doesn't have C. So let's do it with this. Nothing will be printed out because we use this. Because, this kind of alternative, ShellCheck has more restrictions than those, and that's why this kind of error was printed out, SC21880. So we can exclude this command easily. Easy as apply. Exclude. In order to show you how it works. This and SC2188, and then press enter, and that'll be the output. Okay, nothing will be printed out because we exclude this kind of ShellCheck error code for this command. Using this shell and removing the color of the output, and the whole thing will be this. I think it'll be fair enough for this video. If you like my video or if you want to support my channel, I want you to subscribe to my channel right now through pressing the subscribe button down below, plus the bell ring in order to get notified of the recent posts of videos. And I'll be posting more videos concerning Linux programming, shell programming, Linux stuff, computer stuff, and stuff like that, so forth. So be patient and hold your horses. I'll be back for sure. Bye.